Students, good morning. Today we are going to learn the third lesson, the age of industrialization. Already we have completed the first four topic. So now we are going to learn the fifth topic. What is the fifth topic? The peculiarities of industrial growth. Yes, industrial. Industry is the backbone of our country, not only our countries, all the developed countries, developing countries, undeveloped countries, everything. For that, industry is very must. So, industry is very must. So, the peculiarities of industrial growth. So, when Indian industries was developed, So, in this chapter, we are going to learn that only. So, be ready. First, European agencies dominated industrial production in India. We know about that. British people, the white people, ruled India more than 300 years, 500 years. So, they have dominated India, they have captured India, they have dominated everything, not only industries, politically, everything captured and dominated by British people. Not only European people. Okay, so the European agencies, so European companies, European businessmen, they have dominated because they have spent more money compared with them. Indians are small. Okay, small scale industry, small people. So they have spent more agents. Okay, more money in India. So we can't competition with the British people. So they have established coffee tea, because coffee tea is famous. Already we have learned coffee tea is famous. So millions of people drinking the tea and coffee daily. So they want to capture the land of, they don't want to buy the coffee product or tea product from the farmers. They want to capture the land. Of coffee and tea. Then they make coffee and tea become cheap with small prices. Okay, low prices. Because of that, coffee and tea became very cheap because they have captured the place. Coffee estate, tea estate, everything were captured by British people. So they became that cheap. Then next, invested. Not only the two, okay, the British people, not only doing that, they have invested some other also. In 8th standard, we studied about indigo plantation. What is that? Indigo plantation. So they have investment. They made their investment in mining. What is that? Mining. We are having coal mining, iron mining, bauxite mining. There are so many minings in India, especially in North India. Okay, so they have invested in mining because of the railway project. Mining and indigo. What is that? Indigo. Then jute. They have invested in jute. I already informed you what the India and Bangladesh is the first place. Jute producer in the world. India and Bangladesh. So only export, not for sale. Okay. So mining, indigo and jute. These three only for export, only for foreign use, not for Indian use. We can't buy because some Indian also having money, rich people, wealthy. Okay, but they are not selling anything to Indian people. They were export the material to England and some other countries. So Indians. So after that, we plant. So our people also, some of the people have rich. So what is that? They want to make industries. What is that? But our industries are small scale industries. So Indians set up industries late 19th century. What is that? Late 19th century. Late 19th means 1875 after. Okay, 1875 after. So after that only we plan to make an industry. But this is one. Okay, we have made industries, but we cannot, like that, we could compared with the Manchester. Yes, Manchester is one of the city in England. We cannot competition. We can make competition with the England, Europe. Okay, because they were doing the trade long year. Okay, 100 years back, thousands of years back. Okay, next. So we are not competitive with England. We are not competitive with England. Next, yarn import to India. Okay, maximum yarn import to India, they become used for spinning mill and handlooms. As maximum of the ladies in their home, they are using handlooms, kaitari. They use for that, they need yarn. They need yarn for that, they can import. But so in this paragraph, next the first decade of the 20th century series of change affect industries. Yes, first decade. Decade means 10 years. Decade means from the 10 years. Okay, first decade of the 20th century. So 1901 to 1910. Okay, first decade. This is the first decade. Okay, the first decade. It is on this time is making series of changes. Because in China we are export our material to what is the China. But they are not buying us. So on the time in India also some problems are going on. Okay, because of our Indian leaders. Right, we are not buying Sudesi movement. First one is Sudesi movement. Okay, we have explained already. Sudesi movement, and buy that foreign cloth. We are not buying the foreign cloth. We are using the khadi. Okay, khadi cloth. Indian product. Indian weavers product. Because of that, British people affected more. So it is happened in the first decade of the 20th century. First decade of the 20th century means I already told you 1901 to 2000. This is called the 20th century. Now we are living in 21st century. 21st century. Yes. So 1906, the first decade, 1906, China declined Indian yarn. Okay. So Indian women made a spinning mill and some other things. So Chinese were boycotted. They declined. They are not using Indians because of Japanese mill. In Japan, there are more industries, cotton mill and jute mill and some other things. Because of that, they are buying. They import the material from Japan. Because of that, they are not using Indian material. Because of that, so many people were affected, especially British people. India yarn cloth double. Okay, so they are not buying Indian yarn. So we are planning to produce the cloth. Up to that, we are not making cloth. We are selling the yarn. And buying the something. Okay, so after that, they have made to make cloth. So it doubled the 19th century beginning. So in between the first decade, okay, in the first decade, it doubled. The cloth production was doubled. So this was the third paragraph. Next one, this is the First World War, 1914. Okay, we are dependent upon the other things. The industrial growth, Indian industrial growth also slow. Because they have controlled. Who have controlled? The British people have controlled the Indian industries. Because of that, under that, our industrial growth was slow. Then the British people concentrate on First World War. They are fighting with so many countries. So they need army material like shirt, jacket, cap and some other things. Okay, so the war created the need of army. Who needed army material? the British people need army material because the British captured so many countries in the First World War, before First World War. Okay, so they need more army people. So from India, what is that? From India, from small scale industries, from small scale industries of India, they are buying the army material. Who were? The Manchester. The Manchester. Okay, England people buying. So after the war, they never captured. Okay, so after the war also, 1914 to 1918, 1914 to 1918, First World War. After the completion of war also, the Manchester people cannot capture the Indian market because in between the time, Indian market, Indian industrialists were what the developed. Okay, in between the gap they developed because of the or that they cannot capture the Indian industries. They cannot capture the Indian industries. The next topic is small scale industries predominate. What is that? Small scale industries predominate. While factory industries grew steadily after the war, large industries formed only a small segment of the economy. Yes, they are not getting gain more. Most of them, about 67% of 1911, what that? Most of them were 67% of 1911 were located in Bengal and Bombay. These two places only having more industries. Over the rest of the country, small scale production continued to predominate. So West Bengal and Bombay, these places, two places were having large scale industries, but all other places in the country of ours having only small scale industry. So small scale industry was developing more. Only a small proportion of the total industry's labor force worked. But the labor force worked in small workshop and household units. Often only small proportion of the total industry's labor force work in registered factories. 5% in 1911 and 10% in 1931. The rest worked in small workshop and household units, often located in alley and bylands, invisible to the passerby. So maximum of the workers were worked in small scale industry, not in large scale industry. In fact, in some instances, handicraft production actually expanded in the 20th century. This is true. What that? This is true even the case of handloom sector that we have discussed. While cheap machine-made thread wiped out the spinning industry in the 19th century, the weaver survived despite problem in the 20th century. Handloom cloth production expanded steadily, almost trebling between 19 and 25. Before that, they have affected more. The handlooms, spinning mill, everyone affected more. But after the completion of 19th century from 20th century, they have expanded. Okay, expanded and steadily improved their work. Then how did this happen? Yeah, this was partly because of technological changes. Handicraft people adopt new technology if that helps them improve production without excessively boosting up costs. So by the second decade of the 20th century, we were using looms with the fly shuttle. Okay, 1911 to 1920, second decade of the 20th century, they used fly shuttle. Okay, this is making fast movement work. It make the work fastly. So this increased productivity per worker, speeded up production and reduced labor demand. So for this, no need more labor. At the same time, they can make more production. So 1941, over 35% of handlooms in India were fitted with the fly shuttle. Yes, 1941, how many percentage? 35%. In region like Trivandrum, Madras, Mysore, Cochin, Bengal, Yes, West Bengal. Bengal, the proportion was 70 to 80%. So, this some of the place low, some of the place are high. There were several other small innovation that helped weavers improve their productivity and compete with the mill sector. So they have ready to compete with the largest mill also. So certain groups of weavers were in the better position than others to survive to competition with the mill industries. So some of the workers were compete with the mill, and other workers are they can't survive for their lives. Amongst weavers, some produced coarse cloth while others wove finer varieties. The coarser cloth was bought by the poor and its demand fluctuated violently. The coarser cloth. The cloth also, there are varieties of cloths are there, high quality cloth, low quality cloth and everything. So some of the cloths were can't buy by the poor people. Yes, so in times of bad harvest, famine, when the rural poor had little to eat and their cause income disappeared, they could not possibly buy cloth. Yes, sometimes famine, pasi panja, harvesting, so bad harvest. Because of that also they can't buy cloth and they can't do the work well.